me start with a good question. We are being professional today.
Yeah.
What is the study of plants known as?
You're listening to Blue Radio, bringing the vibe.
And of course, you are chopping it up with man like Kipto.
And Kate Kami.
You know, and of course, we had promised that coming up at the top of the hour, we're going to be having a fantastic conversation, of course, about cyberbullying. And of course, it is the top of the hour. Karibu sana kwenye the drive of your life. And of course, the moment of truth, the moment we all have been waiting for is here. Actually, I told a friend I was interviewing Mukhtar, and he was like, hey, this guy, you know, I was like, hey, umse, kwani mimi ndio sijui hizi vitu, you know, I downplayed it, but it's good to have you guys with us. Amazing. And my first question to start us off, because you guys are tech geniuses, I would like to say that. How many technology gadgets do you have on you right now?
Hi, this is Mukhtar Salim. I only have my phone with me.
Okay, so you only have one, okay? Sawa. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, this is Wayne Kaku, and I have a mobile phone and a smartwatch.
So you have two?
Yes.
All right. Inakuwa nzuri tena sana. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us, our conversation this evening, of course, is basing on cyberbullying. And I want us to start, of course, by identifying what this is. Maybe you can debunk for us, for anyone listening in and they don't know maybe what this is. Maybe they have never seen it. Can you maybe in a word or two define it for us?
For the mobile phone that I have right now is Google Pixel 7 Pro.
All right.
And one word I'll use to describe it is photography, because it takes really good pictures.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've seen something happening. Maybe nitajionea kwa mitandao, then I can see and clarify. Alafu ndakwa pale kwa comment section, jamali tudanganya bana. Jamali sema uongo. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
And more importantly, I want us to start off by an article I was reading earlier today. Yeah. So Anne Waiguru, of course, chair of Council of Governors, was launching an online initiative, of course, against cyberbullying, against women, to be more precise. She's saying, or she believes, a lot of women are facing cyberbullying, of course, in the internet. I want to pick your brains on this particular matter, because they said 1 in 5 individuals has faced cyberbullying. How does it start? Maybe you can break it for us.
Okay, first and foremost, I would like to introduce what cyberbullying is. Basically, it's bullying using the digital technologies, and it's happening a lot, especially to women and kids. So it starts by a very simple SMS or a post on social media or gaming platform or even chat platforms. So it can come as a form of comments, tweets, retweets, and even a poster. Or even imposting someone's profile. So basically by imposting, I mean, if I'm Mukhtar and then someone else create a same profile with same image, same details as Mukhtar, but in the real sense, it's not Mukhtar. So it's someone trying to duplicate my profile.
Yeah. All right. Powerful. All right. Interesting.
So what are the characteristics of a bully?
Actually, from the online perspective, they're normally aggressive and direct, and they really try to pull you down. I mean, they have some sort of anger issues. So if they see something and they don't like it, they try to bring that negative vibe into you by posting something that will create chaos, especially as we know that Twitter is the main platform right now and it's really trending. So if you want to go and check how this is happening, you can go through an entire thread and seeing it's like a continuous conversation. Yeah.
All right. Amazing. And Mr. Wayne, working with Google, I believe one of the best search engines out there, of course, are known by man and by far. How would you say, you know, what makes someone a target? You know, mimi naweza kuwa nimeketi hapa studio. What would make me and my content a target of cyberbullying?
Yeah, so with what we've seen actually, maybe in the past couple of months or years,
Yeah.
it's been mostly someone is notable out there, whichever space they're in. It could be in the government, the public sector, it could be in the private sector, it could be in the tech space as well. And you'll always see that if this person is very notable and maybe someone be like, hey, wait, I don't like to see this guy, succeeding and all that.
Yeah.
They'll try and bring up chaos, as Mukhtar said, that they're always looking for something to just bring in a bit of controversy on top of it. So if it's someone who's out there in the limelight and all, they are potentially a target for cyberbullies.
All right. Amazing. Now, since we have described and debunked what this cyberbullying is, I want to draw your attention to sentiments of one Edwin Sifuna, who said the Azimio platform has been hacked more than 1,000 times. Yeah. So by definition, is this cyberbullying? Are they being bullied in the online? I'd like to start with you.
From my experience, I can give it 50-50 because sometimes it's not bullying, but just creating chaos and wanting that attention from the public. So give or take, give it 50-50.
50-50.
Yes.
All right. What about you?
I think the same. And one thing I usually say is that whenever you hear news from a politician, also take it with a pinch of salt, because you might not know if it's true or if it's a lie. It might be also a way of causing chaos as well.
For
so
sure.
it's always a matter of taking it with a pinch of salt, but then also know that it's possible that they could be hacked or they could even be bullied at the same time.
All right. You are logged into the drive of your life.
I wanna show you all. I wanna show
And you
you.
are chopping it up, of course, with the blue captains. On the decks, man like DJ Bobby 25 Coast.
I could be your number one hero.
On my farthest left,
Kit Kawi.
you know, go on. And of course, your designated captain, man like Kipto, joined by
Wayne Gakuo.
Nakwanzuri tena sana.
Mukhtar Salim.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, for gracing us. And of course, I want to start off, before I let you come in with the biggest agenda of this day. I was reading a report, and this report is saying right now, Threads, I don't know if you have seen it. Of course, you guys are tech guys. Why am I assuming you haven't seen it?
Yeah.
So they are saying Threads right now has 1/5 of Twitter's traffic.
Yeah.
What impact will it have? Could it manage to challenge, the numbers that Twitter pulls, the content it pulls to this other end? Let me start with Mr. Wayne.
I'd say yes and no. Yes, because this is Mark Zuckerberg. He has the infrastructure, he has the money to pull the masses and push whatever he has in terms of the tech. And no, maybe, because when you look at Twitter has grown tremendously. People have grown their base, they've grown their fans. If you look at people, some people have 5 million followers.
Yeah.
So it's going to be hard for others, to come all the way from Twitter to join Threads and then to follow the same person they were following on Twitter. The other, social media platforms that have come before Threads, we have what's called Mastodon, but then they haven't really proven to be a challenge for Twitter because Twitters keep growing. I was just reading a previous report, I think it was last week, when they mentioned that the usage has actually dropped for some reason. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. Yeah.
And if Elon Musk and Mike Zuckerberg are to face on a cage match, I think I know already who you are supporting in this match. It's very clear right now who you are supporting. It's very, very clear. Mr. Mukhtar, I'd like to bring you on an issue that is actually becoming very interesting. Right now, when you travel, of course, across the country, there is huge internet connectivity, I believe, across Kenya. Of course, both urban and rural areas. And Elon Musk is actually rolling out the Starlink. Should we, as Kenya, first and foremost, and young people adopt the Starlink? Would it be a good prospect for us?
My give would be yes and no. Depends on how you set up your infrastructure. Again, that poses a security threat because one, remember the device will be broadcasting wireless connectivity.
Okay.
So meaning from a distance range, if you turn on your Wi-Fi, you could see Wi-Fi name that you're gonna give the device. And people like us, we have gadgets whereby we can monitor, we can read the frequency and try to break in. So I would say master the infrastructure, understand the frequency, understand how to secure it, how to block incoming traffic, and then you're good to go.
You're good to go, yeah? All
So
right.
on cyberbullying, let's say Kiptoya is a celebrity. I go and make a nasty remark on his post, and then he also attacks me. So who is bullying who there? Who is bullying who there?
So you're saying you create a profile?
No, he is a celebrity, and then I'll just go and attack him, and then he also attacks me back. So who will we say is bullying the other?
So I would say it's like a wrestling battle. So you started it off, so he's trying to defend himself. But actually, I think that issue should be taken to a level of professionalism and seek for counselors, guidance and counseling, and try to understand where did it start. So who started it, who was the cause. Because if it weren't for you to start it over, this guy would be continuing with his own life. He would be enjoying right now. Yeah.
Hey, kid.
Yes.
Unanitafuta mpaka kwa airwaves.
Yes, hapo kuna kitu amesema like it will be like he is trying to protect himself. So are you trying to justify cyberbullying?
So actually, if I would put it in the context of cyberbullying, it's one-sided. One is attacking the other, and the other one is not responding. But rather, they feel embarrassed, they feel ashamed, they feel depressed, they feel like that. But on this actual scenario here, whereby your colleague is trying to respond, so I would say it's a battle. Everyone is trying to win.
May the best man win, yeah? May the best man win. Okay. And of course, if you're logging in, I want us now to get into the heart of the conversation. I believe something is coming our way this coming weekend. Of course, it is a surprise to you, our dear listeners. It is to myself. But huwa nasema vipi, yeah? It's always, in my line of work, you always have to be ready for surprises. I don't know about your line of work, but maybe we can talk about that off air and later. But I want to start off with you. I see your shirt is written Sky Garden. Now, our tickets tunazipata Sky Garden. Ama what is going down? Kindly bring us in the know.
Okay. So I work at a company called Sky Garden.
Actually, you work.
Yeah.
let me rephrase. You work at Sky Garden.
Yes.
Is it in the sky?
Yes.
Now, exactly. Hii soko iko kwa mawingu ama ni vipi?
So Sky Garden is basically an e-commerce platform for anyone who would like to buy items. If you want to buy a gadget, if you want to buy even just bed sheet, you can always shop at Sky Garden.
Yeah.
If you're a merchant, you can also set up a shop on Sky Garden, and you'd be able to also, set up your shop and also sell your products. So with regards to the event that we were having this coming weekend, it's an event called the Google I/O Extended PWANI.
Okay.
And it's usually, we usually say it's a counterpart to the global Google I/O Extended that usually happens annually around May, and mostly it happens in the US. And this is usually a time where Google announces products by Google themselves. They talk about the technologies, they talk about any updates that are coming in, even any new stuff that are coming in. And I think this is something you've probably seen almost everywhere as memes and all. We're talking about AI everywhere. But with our event or any other event that you see with the different cities, Google I/O Extended PWANI is going to be covering any new advancements in Google technologies. So people come and talk about them. Some of them also come and share their experiences working with Google technologies and their companies, and even in their personal projects as well.
It's interesting you've mentioned AI. You guys are going to be talking about AI in this particular event.
Partly, yes.
Partly.
Yes.
Why not holistically? Because it is clear right now we cannot avoid
Yeah.
artificial intelligence. Yes.
Yeah.
Why is it not like a major package in this particular event?
Yeah. So the reason why we don't want to just specifically talk about AI is we also find amazing stuff are happening with the other technologies as well. So if you look at, for example, Google Cloud, just as an example, is that everything happens in the cloud nowadays,
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
And if you're running things like AI models, most people usually train the data on the cloud. You don't really have to have, big computers physically for you to be able to run machine learning models, for you to be able to use the AI and all. Everything happens in the cloud. So there's so much advancements when it comes to the infrastructure of Google Cloud itself that would like also to share with the members or even those who will attend. And also we're looking at other technologies like Angular, Android, Firebase, Flutter. All these are technologies by Google, and they've really made great advancements, and would like for the community members to know more about them and how they can make use of it.
All right, amazing. Mr. Mukhtar, I'd like to bring you in on this. What can someone listening in? Of course, most of our listeners are youth, young people. What can they expect when they do show up on this particular day?
First of all, they should be ready to learn the new technology, explore, ready to network with the experts, because Google has a program known as GDE, that is Google Developer Expert. So how does one become a Google Developer Expert? So out of this particular forums and session, it's whereby you've been given tips, you get to understand, you get to see the demos, how things work. As Wayne mentioned about cloud technology, but in real sense is you've heard about cloud. We've heard about GCP, Azure, AWS, but in real sense, what's the power? What are the tools that we can explore? So as you find in such particular setup, the experts come in. It's going to be like a 45-minute session, and they show you exactly what you can do. If it's hosting your data, hosting your programs there, I believe in the next coming years, you can have your studio on the cloud, and you'll be on the go. You don't have to be settled in a specific area or space. It's going to be a satellite radio station. Yeah.
Amazing. Fantastic. I like it.
So as you can see, everything is going modern. Kids are also into technology. So what ways are you putting in place to ensure that kids are also safe on the platforms?
So the things that we're trying to do right now is create a platform, and then try to share with them the resources in a secure platform, secure way, so that they can be able to learn, and it doesn't post any threat or anything. As you can see, if you give them an open internet can be good and bad. They can go search for anything, but if there is that control towards it, and Google is very good at that. It's called a Google Workspace. They just currently renamed. So everything is linked. If let's say you want to type something, you just open a Google document and type. If you want to go with Excel, so everything is decentralized. Yeah.
All right. I know kuna wenye hapo hivyo wanasikia tu a lot of Google AI. I don't know this. A lot of tech information is going and flying around. I hope we don't lose them in this conversation.
Yes.
But check this out. If you're logging in, thank you very much. This is the drive of your life. When you do come back, I want you to understand, or rather get a little bit insight on how you can be an expert. Kwa sababu haina haja uko unasikiza hii conversation, na tunataka kuplant that seed of imagination. When I go to this event, once I am out there, I would have gained ABCD skills. What are these skills? Find out on the other side, because those are the kind of vibes we are serving. Welcome to the drive of your life with man like Kipto
And get coming.
You know Gwan
And Wayne Gaku over here.
nakuwa nzuri tena sana.
Mukhtar Salim.
Nakuwa nzuri tena sana. I know today I've given you the job of introducing yourselves. Even in events, I know when you are told to speak, you don't introduce yourself this much. I hope in future when you're giving speeches, you'll mention that there was this guy, he made us, I introduced myself more than 3 times. But we say in radio, repetition is key. I don't know if in code it works in a similar way. Do you have to repeat like a certain line of code for something to work?
They always say, ni ule msewa. Alafu unachia hapo.
Unachia hapo. Okay, sawa. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us, thank you very much. Trace us all over the world, www.blueradio.co.ke, and of course our socials at Blue Radio Now, we are told you when you come back, we're going to be finding out how you can be an expert. And of course, expert is such a heavy word. Unajua, when someone says you're an expert, it comes with a level of what's wanasemanga bazoo, my youth man anasema bazoo. It comes with that certain level of it. Let me start with you, Mr. Mukhtar. In this particular event you're going to be having, guys are going to be learning what and what skills, and how can they apply it? Maybe mseme mada tu chuo, how will it be of value to them?
I would say YouTube is a good place, but you also need some guide from someone who knows, someone who has walked the path, because internet has a lot of stuff, but then to pick which is the right one. And then there are these short online courses which are very affordable at maybe so nane, so tano, unajipatia very quick course just to keep yourself learning. That would be a very good place, as well as just a quick Google search. And then kuna WhatsApp group where people share resources for free. But choose which groups. You zile groups za mushene peke yake. Of course, you need to choose which groups you join. Yeah.
All right. And of course, I'd like you to bring you into it, Mr. Wayne, more in-depthly, of course, on this particular day. There is a layout of the events that will be happening. I'm curious, are there going to be like keynote speakers? Is there someone like prominent you have invited? Because I remember in high school when you were going for events, tukawa tunaambiwa kuna ule tume-invite mtu fulani, so like all of you are looking forward to meet this person. Do you have any prominent guys you have invited?
Yeah, well, when it comes to prominence, it can mean many things. It can mean someone from the public sector who is known out there. But what we try and do, especially when it comes to tech events, is we bring in people who have, first of all, the skills to talk about what they're going to be talking about. And another thing is that they can share their experiences as well working with some of these technologies. So for example, when you look at the keynote speaker lineup that we have people actually coming from Google who work at Google. So they work with these technologies on a day-to-day basis. They work with these community members as well. And so we are bringing them in to come and share the experiences. We have people coming all the way from Nairobi. We have one who is based in Sierra Leone but is currently in Kenya, and he'll be traveling to Mombasa for this event.
Wow.
And we also have people actually coming from Voi. We have from Okunda just coming to attend also as well. But what we usually do in these tech events is we look at people who have been doing amazing things in the tech space, and we're looking at the experiences as well and the eloquence as well, because these are people who have done talks at many other events, whether it's technical or non-technical. And also at the same time, we're looking at people who can speak. It's like, by the way, if you make use of this technology, this is what you are going to get out of it. So they can instruct someone well so that they can be able to understand in the most simplest terms possible. Because we usually talk about contextuality. It's very, very important, because you cannot bring in someone from all the way from abroad to come into Kenya and talk about M-Pesa.
Yeah.
You see, for
we
example.
won't understand.
Yeah, exactly. We want someone who is from, if not just in Mombasa, but at least someone who's in Kenya and can understand, for example, how a developer thinks and how they can make use of such kind of technologies. Yes.
All right.
So yes, I have attended your
The
event. So I have acquired the skills. So where do I go to use those skills?
Yes. So right now we usually say we have quite a number of opportunities, and all it depends is that which path are you taking. So nowadays we have cloud practitioners, we have web developers, we have Android developers, we have Flutter developers. So all these are different technologies with a different kind of how to learn it, how to make use of it. So it all depends on one person. If, for example, says that, hey, I'm going to go the path of Android, I want to build applications for Android phones, then I can start off that journey. And in with the Google developer groups, we usually provide content for people to just go check out. For example, we also have what we call code labs. So these code labs are usually self-paced, so people can for example, when we share it with them, they get to start off. For example, if how to build your first Hello World Android application. So it gives them a step-by-step guidance on how to make that possible. And after that, when they've gained those crucial skills needed for that particular path, we usually provide them with opportunities. So we usually tell them, make sure you create a portfolio for yourself. This portfolio is very, very important because when you go out there and you're looking for a job, recruiters are not going to be asking you about your papers, for example. That's just a plus, but they usually don't ask for papers. What they ask for you is that, what can you do? Yeah, so this is where you have the portfolio. So the portfolio is always going to be speaking to your skills, to your skill set. So the more the number of apps you have and the more improvement you've been making on them, the better your chances of getting an opportunity with companies. And nowadays, it's no longer just about even in Kenya. It could be even all the way to abroad.
Yeah, for sure. I love that. And of course, I have to ask here, can anyone, can I attend virtually? Because I could be far away and I really want to be there, but I can't, due to distance, financial constraints. Can I attend virtually?
So for this particular event, it's in person. We don't have yet the infrastructure to make it virtual and all, but we do usually have quite a number of virtual events in between the year. So for example, for the past couple of weeks, we've done what we call the Road to Google Developer Certification for the cloud. So if for someone who wants to be a Google Cloud practitioner, we had that workshop going on, and it was basically virtual. But for such big events, we usually have. So I'm just going to mention a couple of them. So we have what we call the Flutter Forward Extended. That is what we did in February. This time now we have Google I/O Extended, and we're doing it here in July. And then we have another one called the Dev Fest, which is going to be happening maybe around September, October, November. Over there, dates will be confirmed. And also in between there, we usually have other sessions or events. We call them sometimes study jams. So we have like Google Cloud study jams, whereby people come and learn about the cloud. We have Android study jams. We have Flutter study jams. And what we usually, tell our members is that try as much as possible and attend these virtual events because they are free. You're not going to be charged for it. And if you try, if you at least make, take that step, take that leap of faith that, hey, I'm going to try this. I don't know this, but I'm going to try it. You never know. You might actually find yourself liking that particular technology, and then who knows, you might build the next Twitter as well.
Yeah, but they're interesting. We're asking, I think we were talking about this with my colleague, HR. We were talking about how come Africa we don't have our own apps, because he was mentioning right now, Facebook, Twitter, it's being monetized, but he mentioned that in Africa or someplace, let me just use Kenya, our people are not making the money, and it was really quite interesting. And I really hope maybe we can get to such heights. Yes. But right now, I think we are almost coming through to the end. I'm going to give you guys a minute or two to give us your parting shot. But before you do that, we're going to have our very own quick five.
Before we do that, I have a question.
You have a question,
Probably someone is listening out there and they're like, what are the qualifications for me to attend the event? What do I need?
Very important, yeah.
Okay. So currently the event, we had opened it up to registration, but it's currently closed. And it's because we have to make sure that, even the person who is hosting us, they need to make sure that we have a certain number of people for that particular event. But that doesn't mean we won't have any other events. We're going to be having even more. People can always follow our Twitter, GDG PWANI. We usually share experiences. We share sessions that we've been having, and they can also be sharing what people will be sharing on that particular day, because people will be tweeting, people will be talking about the talks they're attending and all that. But also with that, we also have like our own official site in which they can always register as a member. And with that, whenever we have an event happening, they usually are the first people to know.
Get notified, yeah.
What do I need to be a member? That was what I wanted to know.
Sorry. So if you just Google GDG PWANI, the first search result you're going to get is a site to Google Developer Group's PWANI community page. Okay. In there, you can just create an account. or if you already have an account there, you can just log in and then register as a member.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Inakuwa nzuri tena sana.
Yes.
Now, before I get into the quick five, yeah, I want to pick your brains on something very interesting because, to my surprise, lo and behold, you work for Google. This is amazing. This is good. You know, every day we are searching every day because we are doing research. We are there, searching. Tuna type in that. We always in our minds picture these guys are in US or wherever. But today, God is gracious. You guys are with us. I want to pick your brain on. So Facebook was sued by content moderators right here in Kenya. Yes. You guys working with big tech firms, of course, in Africa, it's very important to ask this. Are the laws fair to us as individuals, of course? And are the companies ensuring that their same rights accorded to, everyone else working abroad applies to everyone working here? And I'd also like to draw, obviously, examples from Twitter sacking. When Elon Musk took over, some people didn't get their pay. It actually affected guys in West Africa much, much harder than guys, obviously, in the US. How do you tackle such situations? How do you ensure that, you are protected, of course, or when such things happen? And how can someone learn, of course, from your experience?
Okay, so just to make something clear,
Yeah.
so we don't work for Google. What we are mostly community managers on the community level. So we mostly work with what we call the Google developer groups.
Potato.
Potato.
Okay, go on.
Yes, but when it comes to that, this is a personal opinion.
Yeah.
For me, I usually feel like when it comes to the laws that apply on our country, they could be totally different to how they apply in the US. I'm going to give an example of Germany, right? So Germany, when someone is laid off, it doesn't matter whether you are a national, German by birth, or you're just a foreigner.
Yeah.
If you're working for a German company and you've relocated, for example, in Germany, when you are laid off, there's usually a portion that comes into your account every month. Yeah, so that applies to everyone who's been employed by a company that's registered in Germany.
It cuts across the board.
It cuts across the board. So the only way for us to be able to, be insured, properly insured when it comes to such kind of cases is that we need proper and strong laws in our countries. We do have some of them, but whenever you see such kind of statements from these big companies after layoffs, they usually say, we're going to do this, A, B, C, and D, and we'll have to make sure that we adhere by the laws of that particular country. So if that country maybe doesn't have strong laws, they're going to have issues that we saw with some of the ex-Twitter employees in West Africa.
Yeah. But, you guys are safe because Kenya is a very serious land. Facebook will have to come here and answer they'll have to answer the case. But also like to bring to your attention because I read a recent report, obviously, a Cisco employee was suing, of course, Cisco for 1 billion Kenyan shillings, of course, for the same reasons, of course, inappropriate layoffs. And I saw it as a trend emerging, of course, in that sector. But thank you for clarifying that. Now, I see we are 5 minutes shy of the top of the hour. I want the musical Kingpin to give us one track. And then when we do come back, tumeze tumate kwa sababu, it has been very hot. And then when we do come back, I want us to get into that quick five. Kate, do you have your questions ready?
I have my questions ready, but I feel like today's quick five is a bit tricky.
Yeah, it has to be tricky.
It's a bit tricky.
Lazima iko hivyo. Super DJ, take over. Legendary producer Vic West anasema kuna. Right about now kuna kitu inaniwasha. Yeah. Niseme nisiseme kids. Hey, inakuwa nzuri tena sana. Welcome once more to the drive of your life with man like Ipto.
And get coming.
Go on. And of course, our guests.
Wen Kakuo.
Mukhtar Salim.
Asante tena sana. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at the top of the hour, each and every day, quick five. And I want us to start, of course, from our farthest, right? With Mr. Mukhtar. Kate, I'm going to give you the pleasure of getting us started. How's you?
Yes, let me start with a good question. We are being professional today. What is the study of plants known as?
Hapo ndo najulikania, did you go through school ama you went through school?
Study of plants.
I'm about to call you a teacher. Biology teacher.
Study of plants.
I'll be honest, ye imeruka.
Imeruka. Fine. We are finding you after this. Next.
Botany.
Yeah, it's botany.
All right. Amazing.
Pia umeshtuka Kipto. I can see your
Okay.
face.
Unajua, for me, I'm safe because I'll be waiting you guys to answer and then I jump into it, yeah?
Yes.
And of course, for me, the first question would be, right now, picture this, you are in a elevator. When you step inside, you meet, by virtue, Elon Musk or Bill Gates, and you have this fantastic idea of a company or a startup that you would actually want to start, and you are with this individual in the elevator. In 1 minute, how would you pitch your business idea to them? Start with you.
No, let's start with the one next to me.
You want to start with Mr. Okay, Wayne. Wacha tuanze na Mr. Wayne, by the way, yeah.
So 1 minute.
Yeah.
You have 1 minute to pitch your
You need to
idea.
pitch an idea.
Yeah.
Hapo tukanganya lakini
Yeah.
we can should I I'm trying to put it into words. Siwezi.
Chora picha,
Okay.
chora picha.
I think Mukhtar is ready.
How I'm going to pitch is tell him what my solution it's going to solve which particular problem. That's it.
That's it, yeah. All right, 1 minute, okay.
Yeah, I think for me it's mostly I'm usually passionate about tech communities because I believe that that's where the talent is, and I usually would definitely tell them like, hey, we need you to at least invest an amount of money to this particular community because we believe this is the next talent space, and this is a pool of talent that we feel like it's going to be beneficial to your company and even other companies as well. Yeah.
All right, amazing.
So the next question is, have you ever peed in the shower? Peed. Pee.
Oh, yeah, without hesitation. Kuna time tu najipata umebanika, so you have no other way.
Okay.
So it's based on the circumstances and the situation you're into. I mean, sometimes you could be driving to Voi and unapata kimeumana, so you just stop by, say hello to the bush, and then get into
And
your
you
car
get going.
Okay.
Inaitwa survival mechanism.
Mechanisms.
Apple for me, I'd like to plead the fifth.
You like you can't. Where are our lawyers? You can't. We are the judge, jury and executioner right now.
Jamani, please allow me to plead the fifth on that question.
No, that's fine.
Anajua penye atakupata, by the way. Au sio?
Wapi Kipto?
What
are you saying?
As we move on steadily, yeah? For your birthday, of course, it cuts across. For your birthday, would you choose a gift or an experience for your birthday?
An experience.
An experience, yeah? All right.
For me, it's an experience.
An experience.
Yeah.
Inakaa hapa ndani watu wamepokea socks na tai. Sana.
Wamechoka.
Watu wamepata socks huku bana. Yeah?
Appreciate the little things that we are doing for you. It's the little things that matter. Socks kidogo pana pale. Si mbaya.
Experience. Twende Masai Mara. Socks I can buy for myself.
Interesting story. My birthday is this Sunday.
Is this
experience?
Experience.
Okay.
Experience, kid. Experience.
Why do you want to throw me under the bus?
I won't. All right,
So
if you're
and
ready.
the last question, between a perfect body, wait, where is the question? Perfect body and personality, what are you choosing in a lady?
I'm gonna be honest. Personality. I'm definitely gonna be honest.
All right.
But this is for that maybe you but anyway, okay. Do you
Yeah,
want to explain anything?
Yeah, I think for me it's mostly the conversations that will definitely tell like if this is the person is the right one or not. So it's the conversations, and with that I can be able to really tell your personality.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Amazing.
Well, for me, I'm sapiosexual, so I'm being pulled by intelligence. And when I was choosing my wife, we had a serious conversation. At times, I was challenged, and I found myself scratching my head, and it is that intelligence that pulled me towards her. So yeah.
But It's not written on my forehead. It's not written on my forehead.
It's the conversations.
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 Okay, Kipto, but you're looking at them like, because I know what you're going to choose. I know what you're going to choose. Whatever
Now.
you want, I know what you're going to choose.
Can I comment?
You're okay, but yeah.
I mean, body is something that someone can work out. You could be slim and figured today. Tomorrow you're pregnant, things change. But then will I continue looking at you the same way I looked at you at the first sight? You're like, ooh, look at her. Ooh. Yeah, so for me, thank God, I got married to an intelligent wife.
Kipto.
Thank you for saving me. I think I would skip into the next bit where we give you guys at least the final minute
No,
or
you
two.
didn't ask your last question.
Because my last question.
Yeah. Ama nikuulizie.
If you have, please.
Okay. No.
As I had said earlier, of course, my last question would be between being a president for one day and a billionaire for one day, which would you go for and why?
For me, I'd definitely say billionaire. And billionaire is because I can do a lot of stuff without... I'm not against anything, but there's a lot of bureaucracy sometimes when it comes to government stuff. So with billionaire, of course, through the right channels and making sure that you have people around you who can be able to help you establish what you want to do, I'd definitely be a billionaire than a president.
Okay, for Mr. Mukhtar, this is going to be particularly interesting. There is a snail, eh? The snail is the question comes like this. You're going to be given $10 million to be yours free of charge to take it. But the catch is that there's going to be a snail that is going to be chasing you for your whole lifetime. If it touches you, you die. Would you go for the money?
A snail.
Yeah, you had me right. Yeah, a snail.
What's the context behind?
There is no context, as simple as it comes.
So will I choose?
Would you choose to take the money or not take the money? Because you could sleep and then the snail could catch up with you. You never know.
I would give it my best shot. I'll take the money.
You take the money.
Yeah.
Okay. I would also take the money, you know. Very to
Kenya ni nani?
Are you allowed to pour salt on the snail?
No.
You're not allowed?
You're not allowed to pour
Okay,
salt on the snail. You're not allowed. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it has been fantastic. The quick five, of course, on the drive of your life. Because time in a tupa kisogo, I would like to say that it is time for us, of course, to wind up this fantastic conversation. But we cannot do that without giving our guest, of course, the parting shot. Very, very important. 60 seconds to each gentleman. Very important. To, of course, sell to us something that we have not, touched on. Your 1 minute, Mr. Mukhtar starts now.
Okay, to the parents, guardians listening to our today's conversation, just to keep your kids safe, there are apps out there that can help you monitor your kid's device or gadget, and one of them is the Net Nanny, Not on Family. There is FamiSafe. So these are paid apps. It's not much, but they come in handy. Please, parents out there, keep as much as possible, do as much as possible to monitor your kid's device, whether in school, at home, or anywhere. So stay safe, stay connected.
Thank you very much. Mr. Wayne?
I think for me, it's just to anyone out there who's interested in joining tech. One thing I like to tell them, like, tech is for everyone, whichever doctrine or whichever path you've been taking, even if you're a medical doctor, you can still become part of tech. But I'd like to also speak on what we call the Google Developer Expert. We're looking for more Google Developer Experts to join the program.
All right.
Personally, I was among the first Google Developer Experts for Angular in Kenya and in Africa. And I feel like it's something that it's going to be an opportunity for amazing people who are doing amazing stuff out there when it comes to all these Google technologies out there. And the only criteria they need is just need to make sure they have proper expertise of a Google technology, the ones that we've just mentioned, that mostly work with developers. and at the same time they've been able to contribute to the community. That is going to schools, talk about that particular technology. So for example, today I said like I want to go to TUM, I want to go and talk about how to build your web apps or web applications in the cloud, and all that. So we're always looking for people who have this amazing talent and this amazing experience in which they can always share with the community. So yeah, tech is for everyone, and if you can become a Google developer expert, please prepare for that.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen, for making the time, of course, to talk to us, and of course to offer your brains and your time to our listeners.
To the listeners out there, I know we didn't have much time to talk more about online safety, cyberbullying, because the topic is vast. But niko na Ian hapa na ananisikiza. We're looking forward to episode 2 of this conversation.
For sure.
So usife moyo.
Thank you very much. And of course, right about now, the music will be taking over by the musical Dawn. See you on the other side. We'll be coming through with the celebrity status, of course, with the one and only trendsetter Kate Mukami.